I have got to say that the number of people that believe one narrative that the mainstream media is touting is unbelievable. And the fact that they are willing to defend that narrative without digging into the truth is just baffling. So let me give some truth here. So this first one, this is from KATU2. It is the reporting of one of the reporters who was following the demonstrators. And listen to the way even they frame this. The protest, yes, the protest, made its way south towards the Central District of Seattle, where the group stopped at the site of the King County Juvenile Detention Facility. A demonstrator, yes, a demonstrator, threw some sort of incendiary device into a window of a construction trailer at the youth jail on East Jefferson Street and 12th Avenue, causing the trailer to catch on fire. Seattle Fire says a total of 5 trailers caught on fire. Yes, a demonstrator threw an incendiary device into a trailer and then caught 5 other trailers on fire. What if somebody was sleeping in those trailers? I mean, we do have a case with that pawn shop that was burned down, and they found that there was indeed a body in there. How do you know a homeless person wasn't breaking in there, and the homeless person has nothing to do with anything, and you just killed him? The demonstrator. They call it a demonstrator, so now setting things on fire and possibly killing somebody is a demonstration. Because look, when I say possibly killing somebody, you've got to take into account. He didn't look in the trailer. He just threw an incendiary device into the trailer. How does he know somebody wasn't sleeping in there? How do you know there weren't dangerous gases in there? That's stupid. But to call him a demonstrator? Come on now. These demonstrators, remember, they're peaceful demonstrators, have most likely blinded permanently 3 federal officers with the green lasers. Green lasers are the most powerful ones that you can get. You can buy them commercially. You can actually buy them by yourself online. You're not supposed to be able to, but you can. These things can start fires. These things are very powerful. Officers have been injured when these commercial-grade fireworks from these peaceful demonstrators and protesters have lobbed them into the courthouse, and they've exploded on officers' chests, next to their legs. One officer has been admitted to the hospital. A commercial-grade explosive exploded literally on his leg. This is dumb. Peaceful? There's nothing peaceful about these protests. They're rioters. They're not protesters. They are rioters. And the sheer baffling number of people that believe the narrative that the mainstream media is pushing is mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. People talking about, well, officers snatching people off the street without badges and things like that. Are you kidding me? Are you blind? The very same photo that they were trying to use saying that these were unmarked officers. Yes, they were in unmarked vehicles, but there are unmarked police cars in every major city in the United States. But these officers clearly had a badge and a badge number on their side and police on the back. But regardless of that, there are undercover officers in every city of the United States. You are cherry picking. And you're going through and you're saying, here is this thing that I see that fits the narrative that I believe because Trump bad and rioters good. And you're blinded and you cannot see the forest through the trees. And you're wondering, when are we going to finally get into the forest? And you keep walking into the forest and you're wondering when you're going to get into the forest. You're too busy looking at individual trees. Name me one city in the United States, it's a major city that does not have unmarked police vehicles and undercover officers. There are none. Regardless of which, that doesn't even matter. These officers did have their badge numbers. They were marked. Their vehicles were unmarked, yes, but that's pretty damn common when federal officers come in and they rent vehicles. There's nothing wrong with that. or they have their hub of vehicles and they're unmarked because they are for general use for federal agents. It might be a cop using it one day. It might be some other federal bookkeeper the next day. They're just federal vehicles that are there for the use of federal employees. So they're unmarked. You don't want a bookkeeper driving a police vehicle. You don't want a police individual driving a bookworm's car. I don't know. But they were marked, and the lies. What is that couple in Illinois? Sandusky, is that what their names were? The couple that came out when the protesters broke into their property and were going to fend off the protesters when the protesters were being violent. Two things. One, how are they charged in the first place when Illinois has a very clear castle doctrine law in which the minute that the protesters set foot on their property, they could have blasted all the protesters. The protesters are lucky that Sandusky's had that kind of patience. Two, the prosecutors lied and manipulated evidence. The firearm, the handgun that Mrs. Sandusky was holding was made inoperable with the firing pin being reversed, so that way it was incapable of firing because they had previously, in a previous court case, wanted to take that gun in for evidence. The prosecutor, proven through paper, ordered the forensics department to disassemble the gun and reassemble it in a working manner. Then they tested it. Then they said, oh, the gun works. Yeah. She had a working gun. You manipulated evidence. Are you serious? Look, the only direction I see this going is the left always attacking the right. I don't see the right attacking the left. Am I saying that there's little things where there's some idiot from right whatever organization that does something stupid? Yes. But as a whole, on the main, what do I see? I see the left mainly attacking the right. I see the left breaking the law. I see the left being the aggressors. I see the left being the ones that are blind and trying to cover their own aggression behind fascism. The anti-fascists are the fascists. Whew, imagine that. How many times in history have we seen that? The group that pretends to be against this one ideology and, think of the children. You don't like fascism, do you? So you want to join the anti-fascists, right? Meanwhile, it's the anti-fascists that are the fascists. It's like those little scams that you get on your phone. Click this link. Did you do this crazy thing? And I got it on video. Click this link. And you click the link and it's a virus. You get those links that say your phone has 14 billion viruses and if you don't click this link right now, it's going to explode. And then you click on the link and the link that says that it wants to protect your phone from viruses is the virus. And that's where we're at. God. Open your eyes. People, you got to take your politics and you got to set it aside. That's why I like being a moderate, I think, because I don't have a vested interest in either side. I have a vested interest in keeping our rights and our freedoms intact as much as possible and making sure that you guys are informed so that way we all know what's going on. Because if we don't know what's going on, we're pissing our money in the wind, and all that money you pay in taxes, may as well just throw it in the fireplace and just burn it. Because if our money goes to these dumb, stupid things, to the violent, vocal minority, and the silent majority is forced to be silent, that's not good. So the silent majority needs to start speaking up and calling out the violent and vocal minority. Do your own research, people. I mean, Jesus Christ, I know you want to believe the mainstream media. I do too. It would be great, but we just don't live in that world. That's why we have the internet now. You can do your own research. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Just watch how the left is framing this. And I know I'm attacking the left a lot lately, but Jesus, I don't see the right being this idiotic. I see the right being silent. I see the right being scared to speak up because they're scared of the violent left. I'm speaking up. I'm speaking up through death threats, through everything else that everybody sends me, and yeah, I don't care. Freedom is freedom is freedom. You can't stifle freedom. You must not stifle freedom. We must have freedom. We must. I love you guys. See you in the next one.